All right, game one in the books. Padres and Dodgers, they're evened up in the division. I know the Dodgers, they have the tiebreaker. So technically, if the season ended today, all that crap, Dodgers would have the division. But still, like as of now, the Padres, they've evened up the NL West race in terms of literal division standings and, having identical records. Let's just go that way. Both teams 73 and 56, a 2-1 win. I went to this game, so that's why it's a little bit delayed, the reaction to this. But my main takeaway from tonight is if the Padres face the Dodgers in the postseason, man, it's going to be important to have home field advantage. And it's going to be important, therefore, to win this division. Because if the Padres can have more home games than the Dodgers in this series, in a potential playoff series, then they can knock the Dodgers off. Like, home field advantage is such a thing. And that was with a ton of Dodger fans. Too much blue. Too much. When, what's his name? Alex Freeland hit that home run off Darvish. Way too many. I'm looking around. Way too many Dodger fans. Now, luckily, that was the only thing that they were able to get super excited about until, you know, late there where they got a couple base runners on. I think first and third, right? Mookie has a hit. Freddie. But like they obviously weren't able to get anything from that. But yeah, like still, even with Dodger and in October, it would be less Dodger fans. So what I saw there, because I was sitting section 115 field level, and I'm like, yeah, this is an advantage. Like Padre fans, we definitely showed up tonight, so credit to us, right? Everyone, I know those tickets, I got experience from tonight, not cheap. So those that are not selling the tickets off, those that are buying tickets, if it's a single game ticket, whatever. I know that the Gallagher Square tickets were really expensive, even. Props to you. But yeah, like I just saw it there in that ninth inning with Robert Suarez on the mound, or when Mason Miller came into the game. Big spots, you can feel it, and it's August 22nd, and it felt like a playoff atmosphere right there. So for Dodger fans that want to, and it's really old, I probably shouldn't even talk about it, but Dodger fans that want to, you know, be all like it's not a rivalry or this is the Padres World Series and all that. Like I'm if it's a crime to care about trying to go win the division, if it's a crime to care about winning a regular season game against the team that you're trying to chase down, the defending World Series champs, if it's sorry for being a competitor, if that's what we have to apologize for, then okay, like whatever. Um, Ultimately, like yeah, making the postseason is what matters more. But if you have the opportunity to get home field advantage in a postseason series like this by winning the division, then yeah, you're going to do it and you're going to compete your butt off to do it. So I loved, the Padres finding a way to get a win tonight. Obviously down 1-0, but then man, oh man, oh Manny, that guy, MVP obviously of this Padres team. Him and then Ryan O'Hearn doing a little bit of damage tonight, going 2 for 3. Bogey with the sac fly. Um, Again, like another shout out to Bogey this season. I feel like he got more love when he was like really hot, but then I think it's cooled off a little bit. OPS isn't like, oh my goodness, 9. It's not Ramon Laureano, right? Who was limping around a little bit today, so we'll see what happens there. But his OPS obviously over 900, batting average almost at 300. Like Bogey isn't doing that, but to me, he's still coming through in some pretty key spots. I think he's playing fine defensively. Um, and yeah, I just think that he deserves props for a lot of the work that he's done this year. I think he's been pretty key. So, you're looking at this lineup tonight, and I know Jackson Merrill's not in it, and still, like for me, it's the question of why are we not putting him on the IL? And some would say, well, to bring up Tyler Wade, is there whoever you're bringing up, like that's going to help you win games? But I mean, wouldn't you rather have the roster spot like someone that can play? It's better than someone that can't play and isn't even dressing up in a jersey because he's not going to play. Um, like he's been missing now. How many games is this? 5 straight games that he's missed? I forget the exact number, but it's up there now. So he's not. I don't think he's going to play in this Dodgers series. I just don't get why you don't just put him on the IL for 10 days You can retroactive it, or at least they could have. I don't know if they can now. I know they could going into today. I read that in Kevin Acey's newsletter, but it's like he's not going to play. So why are we still holding this here? He's got a bone bruise. He was limping around the clubhouse at least a couple days ago, according to reports. So we'll see there. But anyway, like it's not. I don't want to make this sound like Jackson isn't an important piece because he is. Like I want him in center field in the postseason. That's why I'm kind of advocating for him to be on the IL because I want him to be ready. But without him, it just shows the depth that this Padres team has. It's not the end of the world right now in the regular season when you don't have him. You have Ramon Laureano, at least as of now, that can play center. You have someone like Gavin Sheets that can play left, and he'll be fine. You have obviously Nando in right field, who obviously had the home run robbery the other night. So it's not the end of the world. You have Ryan O'Hearn and with the lefty Blake Snell on the mound today, no Jose Iglesias. Like I think Mike Schild has finally realized, yeah, maybe the fans were right on this one. We're not right on everything, but sometimes we are. And the numbers were just staring him right in the face that, yeah, this is the decision to be making here. So I'm glad that happened. But yeah, just overall, like great environment. Kept Otani pretty quiet. That's always great. And it was great to obviously have Dodger fans go home pretty sad. So that was the icing on the cake, obviously. So now, going into today, I wouldn't have been surprised if the Padres would have lost this game because Blake Snell was pitching. I know we had Darvish, but I'm like, Snell against the Padres, probably not the best combination. And it's not like the Padres did a ton of damage off of him. He still managed to go 7 innings, and 7 innings, 2 earned runs. ERA's below 2. Like, that's another quality start against the Padres. That's back-to-back there. So he did do a pretty good job. But shout out to the Padres bullpen. Adam, Miller, Suarez, no runs there. 3 innings, no runs. Couple hits from Suarez there, but got out of it, obviously. Got the strikeout to end it. And yeah, like postseason-wise, that's ideally what you want to do, right? You have Darvish be a 6 innings, 1 run like that. That's a big reason why you win. He's not just keeping you in the game, but that's a big reason why you win the game too. And then obviously your big three there, Adam, Miller, and Suarez, and good luck. Have a good night. So it's a good combo. Good combo. Now the rest of the series, we'll see. Tomorrow, Padres definitely not expected to win that game with Cortez on the mound and then Glasnow on the other side. Sunday, though, we shall see there. Because that will be an interesting matchup. Because on Sunday, if I remember correctly, and actually I'll just pull up the graphic here. Yamamoto against Pivetta. That one, Yamamoto's been the Dodgers' best starter, I think, this year. Pivetta's been ours, though. So that one is more of kind of like tonight, where it's a little bit of a toss-up. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if the Padres lose on Sunday. I definitely won't tomorrow if they lose. But winning today, obviously, huge, because now, regardless of what happens in this series, let's say they lose the next 2 games, then it'll be a 2-game gap. It won't be a 4-game gap. Once it's 4 games, if they would have gotten swept in this series, then you're not gonna win the division. Obviously, winning a series, sweeping, that would be tremendous, and that would be just fantastic. But taking 1 was big, and I know maybe some would laugh at that and be like, "You're just gonna be content with taking 1?" No, because now you have the opportunity here to take, hopefully both, but definitely one of the next 2. But going into it, I was just like, if you're trying to stay in the division hunt after this, you want to have the division lead. But if you're trying to at least stay in it, you got to take 1. And they did that tonight. So that's great. But yeah, any thoughts you have, let me know in the comments. And should be a pretty entertaining weekend. Good start on a Friday night here. Buzzing. Great atmosphere.